Generation Zero. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the 80s. Welcome to 1980s Sweden. The local population has disappeared and hostile machines roam the streets. Explore the open world to unravel the mystery, perfect your fighting strategies and prepare to strike back. Play alone or together with up to 3 friends as you discover ways to defeat the invaders. First up, guys, let's have a look at the old graphics on this. It doesn't look too bad. It's not going to win any awards for it. It ran well for me. I mean, I didn't really have any problems running it on a 1070. I know a lot of you know I've just upgraded to a new PC, but I still haven't switched it on yet, guys. I'll get round to it after I've got a backlog of videos to do. Then I'll get round to it later on this week. But yeah, graphically it looks all right. It's not brilliant. The weather effects are pretty good. The mechs look fantastic. They do look really good. The animations and detail on the mechs is good. But I'll tell you where this game excels: the sound. Not only is the music good, of course it would be, it's from the 80s, but the actual sound effects in this game, the guns sound really, really meaty, a bit too meaty at times, but the mechs sound amazing. They actually talk to each other. You can hear them talking their strange, weird electronic shit to each other, and it's just so atmospheric. And when they see you, when they're like the little spy mechs see you, they set off this like alarm sound, this siren, and it's so damn atmospheric, guys. But what's the actual game like? Well, I did preview this about a year ago, I think. I don't know when. It's set in the 80s, the best decade ever. I'm bound to say that because that was my decade. But it was great, the 80s, guys. The 80s was... Do you know what the big difference between the 80s and present day? In the 80s, you could have fun. Whereas now, you can't really have fun. Everybody spoils everything. You're not allowed to have fun anymore. Anything that's remotely fun, you can guarantee there is a certain group of people that will destroy that. Oh, you can't be doing that. No, that sounds like you're having fun. There's some rules. If you do that, the police will be around. Oh, it was so good back in the 80s, guys. You didn't need a bubble around you, an imaginary bubble. No, this is my personal space. Get out of my personal space, please. I'm feeling intimidated by you being in my personal space. Will you take one step back, please? You're in my space, my... Yeah, in the 80s, guys, we didn't need personal space. Now people need personal space. We didn't. We got on fine without personal space. It was great. But hey-ho. Mechs have appeared all over Sweden. The population has just gone, and you've got to find out what the. And you do that by going into people's houses. Well, they're all the same kind of house, really. I think there's only 2 or 3 different types of house, all copy and pasted. And you'll find little notes, audio recordings and stuff like that. And they give you clues as to what's happened that might lead you to safe houses, to bunkers and stuff. Well, it will. It'll lead you to a shitload of safe houses and a shitload of bunkers. In the bunkers, you'll find different loot things, and you'll find missions, and you'll find mechs to shoot. Little tiny mechs that are annoying, that jump at your face. They're like little face huggers. And... that's about it, really. Just big empty nothingness in a lot of the bunkers. And in the houses, they're all the same. Everybody has the same house, the same furniture. It's all copy and pasted. And there'll be a few rucksacks that are all the same. And inside them will be pretty much the same type of loot. Ammo. And more ammo. And more ammo. Ammo for your pistol, but not just one type of ammo. Or quite a few different types of ammo for your pistol. Ammo for your shotgun, lots of different types for that as well. Ammo for your assault rifle, lots of different types for that. Different types for your SMG, Guys, there is a shit ton of ammo for the, 6 or 7 different weapons in the game, and shit tons of different types of it, which means your inventory gets full pretty much immediately. And that sucks, because even with the perk system, it has a perk system, which I'll come to in a minute, where you can double your inventory space, which I did. I still ran out of ammo, 20 or 30 seconds later, because for some insane reason, there are way too many different ammo types for your weapons in this game that are totally unnecessary. Absolutely not required at all. It could have been just as much fun with one different ammo type for each weapon. 1 set of ammo for each weapon rather. And that would have made the game way more fun because you would have had way more inventory space where you could put the landmines, the hand grenades, the gas bottles, the lockpicks, the flares, the attachments that you want to keep, the spare ones, the different weapons that you pick up, because you need a lot of inventory space. There's adrenaline packs, there's first aid kits to keep you alive and stuff like that. Although when you do die, you just revive yourself immediately as long as you've got an adrenaline pack on you, and I kind of have about 20 or 30 on me at any one time, so I can die 30 times and then respawn 30 times on the spot without consequence, which is fucking ridiculous. But that's the way it is, guys. That's the way it is in this game. It's a big shame. The perk system, it has 4 different trees. It has like a gunplay one, a survival one, a tech one, and things like that, where you can just slowly unlock different abilities to use, and you unlock them by killing mechs. You have to kill a certain amount of mechs to get to the next stage to get a perk, which is very grindy, and it does get a bit boring after you've killed 1,000 mechs of the same type, and there's not that many different types of mechs, unfortunately. I think there's 5 or 6 in this game. Some of them are really huge things that look fantastic, but they all look fantastic. Some of them are little chargy things, then you've got mid-range ones, and the further you get into the map, the harder they are to kill because they are more heavily armed. You might get the same type of mech early on in the game that has just like a BB gun kind of thing. Then, you know, an hour or two, well, 10 hours or so into the game, as you're getting into the big main area, they'll be having big machine guns and shit like that shooting at you. So the combat's fun, to be honest. It really is. It's really good. The AI is good as well, because the mechs, they have like yellow eyes and lights on them, and as you make a noise or get too close to them, they will hear you, and then that will turn yellow on your hood, and you know there's a mech kind of maybe listening to the noise you're making. And as you make more noise, that bar gets bigger, and it's like a circle that fills up on your hood, and the mech will come investigating. You can piss off, but if it sees you, it will go all red and it will charge at you shooting shit, and you can still evade it, and you will get points for evading it if you can, which is a nice touch. And if you do evade the mech, he will go into what's called a search patrol pattern, and you'll see him searching around the area for you, and then after a while he'll give up and he'll resume back on his patrol, which is all kind of AI, which I like. It's nice, it's very convincing. I feel like I'm attacking mechs, and I feel like they are mechs. They've done a fantastic job of the mechs. I mean, I have to say, full marks for the mechs. I like the AI, I like the animation, I like the sounds of them, I like the weapons on them, and I do like fighting them. You can kill them easy if you hit the petrol tank on them with a sniper rifle. Obviously the higher tiered mechs have a hidden petrol tank on them, so you cannot really just shoot it, so you might have to blast them away with like rocket propelled grenades and stuff like that. But it is fun fighting the mechs, and it is fun. I tell you what is fun and atmospheric, going across the landscape. The weather effect is good. It's got a day and night cycle. It's always bloody night nearly in Sweden, but it's fun just hiking around the place, looking for loot and listening for mechs, and you know, discovering new areas. The map is a little bit bland, but there are some little villages, but they all have the same kind of houses. There's churches, there's bunkers, and there's a lot of missions to do, side quests, main quests. But guys, the problem with this game is it's fraught with bugs. Absolutely fraught with. It's not ready for release, and yet it is released. It's not early access. This is full release, and it's too buggy. I want to love this game because I do love certain aspects of this game, especially the co-op as well, but even that's broken. You can't stop people joining a game, and when somebody does join the game, they start at the very beginning. They don't spawn where you are, which is ridiculous. I could sit here and talk about the bugs for hours. There are so many. You won't believe how many bugs. Just fighting one of the big mechs was pretty much impossible because there was little bits of graphics just hanging all over the place. I'm constantly coming across bits of graphic just that makes no sense, like little jets just hanging in the air, stuff like that. When you leave the game, the map doesn't update. When you come back in, you lose a lot of information that you had, and it's only when you go back there that you'll get the information back, which kind of sucks. There's loads of clipping issues with this. We've seen mechs stuck in walls, stuck in crates. I've seen loot stuck in wheelbarrows and stuff. It's just like all the time you're coming across bugs. There's bugs everywhere in this game, and it's not ready. It still feels like it's a closed beta. You know, there's just so much wrong with the game. So much wrong. I'm not even sure about the mission structure of the game. I mean, you kind of... It doesn't really make much sense. You're flying all over the bloody map, backtracking constantly, going to pointless places for pointless quests. It just doesn't seem very well written. It just seems to be pretty pointless. Everywhere you go, you get 100 XP. Yeah, 100 XP for going here. Even if it's like a very safe area, then you go to somewhere you have to fight 1,000 mechs to get into. Where there's your road, 100 XP. Like, what the f? You know, I should be given 1,000 XP for this, and it just feels rushed. The whole game just feels kind of rushed. And the problem is, guys, the developers are charging £29 for this. And it's just not worth £29 at the minute. There's too much wrong with the actual game. Yes, there's a lot of fun to be had in the game. Stealthing is definitely fun in this game. Sneaking past things, setting traps with your gas canisters and your EMPs and stuff like that. Yes, it's all good fun and it's very atmospheric at times, but it's broken. It's broken in so many different areas. Not game breaking, but frustrating. And when you're playing a game, you do not want this kind of frustration all the time. And it's happening all the time. There's not enough assets. You know, they're all copy and pasted as well. It doesn't feel like the developers have really finished this game. It just feels totally unfinished. But I will say that this game, you should keep an eye on it because it could be brilliant. It really could. The developers just need to keep going with it. They shouldn't give up with it. It's definitely not a game that you should give up on. Maybe do something with the ammo and the looting and stuff like that. Give it a bit more TLC for 6-7 months, and then who knows, by the end of the summer this could be an absolutely rip-roaring, cracking, snorting game. I hope it is, because it is a bit of a breath of fresh air from a lot of the survival games that we see, and I really hope the developers don't get too downhearted with this and they just keep sticking to it, because it potentially is a fantastic game. It's just not ready yet. It's just not fucking ready.